Today's words are substantive and procedural. What do they mean? Where do you use them? What's the difference between substantive and substantial? Let's find out these and more. Hi there, welcome to TELW, the English Workshop with me, Manu, your English coach. In this series of vocabulary videos, we're going to look at individual words or phrases and discuss around 6 aspects: pronunciation, meaning, the primary use, using the word or phrase in a sentence, a few relevant questions, if any, and some synonyms, again, if any. Let's start. Pronunciation. Substantive. The first syllable is stressed. Substantive. Procedural. Here the second syllable is stressed. Procedural. 4 syllables. Procedural. What do they mean? Substantive. Anything with practical value or importance. Substantive issues of the agreement were discussed. That means the important points were discussed. In law, any legislation pertaining to the rules of rights as against the rules of procedures. For instance, in the Indian Contract Act, the question of competency to enter into a contract is a substantive law. Procedural. It means anything to do with procedures, the official way of doing something. Again, in the Indian Contract Act, a question of time within which a party may file a case is procedural law. It's mostly used in law. Let's look at some more sentences. No substantive changes were made to the document. It means the changes in the document are small in nature, minute in nature, like correction of spellings. A substantive change to law in 2017 has been the recognition of the right to privacy as a fundamental right guaranteed by the Constitution. Apart from the shift in the company's rhetoric, there's been no substantive change in the labor policies. It means the labor policies remain as bad as they were. Only the way the management talks about has been changed. The procedural details of the promotion policy were finalized, including the annual review procedures and the forms to be filled in. The final settlement, agreed to by both sides, is now held up due to some procedural details. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon to get more such videos regularly. Also, don't forget to use these words in your daily conversations. That's the only way you can make these words to your list of active vocabulary. Remember, you've got to own it to use it. Merely watching this video once and passing over to another will not help you. Now let's look at some relevant questions. What is a substantive agreement? It's an agreement that regulates the working conditions, salaries, and bonus. What's a substantive law? It's a law that deals with the rights of persons, both natural and artificial juridical persons like companies. What's the difference between substantive and substantial? Well, substantive means something real, not imaginary. Things that have substance. So substance, substantive. Substantial means something large or major, voluminous. Therefore, a substantive change is a change in the substance or essence of something, while the substantial change is a change in magnitude, a major change, a huge change. So, for example, if the Payment of Bonus Act is made applicable to all business enterprises, irrespective of the number of workers, it's a substantive change. But increasing the bonus amount from 8.33% of the annual salary to 10% is a substantial change, an increase in the amount. What's a procedural person? That's anyone who follows procedures meticulously. What's a procedural requirement? A decision maker has to comply with certain procedures when it makes a decision. These are the procedural requirements set out in the legislation or guidelines or rules or bylaws, etc. What's the function of procedural law? Well, while the substantive law creates rights, the steps needed to enforce the rights are in the procedural law. Now let's look at some synonyms. First, substantive. Tangible, concrete, factual, absolute, perceptible. For procedural, it's methodical. Thank you for watching this video, liking it and subscribing to our channel. We'll see you in the next video. Until then.